Thanks for the support as a channel member, Dave Beasley. It's playoffs day, boys and girls, and as we know from this series so far, the playoffs always goes well. Happy playoffs day. Hello and welcome to part 47 of Bourne Again. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, it's time for the playoffs, starting off with Leyton Orient in the semi-final. In actual fact, some good news for the historians of the channel. Dulwich Hamlet, who spoilt our fun last year, have already been knocked out by Morecambe, the same Morecambe that we beat on the last day of the season. So going into the semi-finals, it's us versus Orient, Port Vale versus Morecambe. That's three teams all with recent Football League experience, and we're playing at the highest level we've ever played at. So I would say the odds are firmly stacked against us. I haven't actually looked to see how we got on against Orient during the league season, so let's have a little look. Not that it made any difference last year, because I remember last year we'd smashed Dulwich Hamlet twice in the league, and then they still knocked us out at this stage. So we played Orient back in September at home and drew 2-2. They're the same goal scorers 2 games in a row. Why didn't I notice that at the time? And then the most recent time we played them, whoa, oh dear, they beat us. So we've not beaten Leyton Orient ever. Easy peasy. Anang in goal, a back four of Mark Sheffield, Bedwell, Dootson and Shaw Sainsbury. Dorset picked up an injury and he's going to miss the entirety of the playoffs, which might just be today, but we'll see. At least it's nice to have Dootson for the playoffs. Remember last year he was on holiday during the playoffs because I'm a silly goose. We've got Bradshaw, Broadbent, Mundell and Sati in midfield, and then Quinn and Bond up front. As much as I want to play Sheedy, I just don't see where I shoehorn him in. So he starts the playoff semi-final from the bench, and hopefully will become a hero during the match when he comes on and does heroic things. We've got just the one soul patch for the opposition, but we have, I mean, we've got like 5 beards, all the same. That one might be a goatee, but 4 full beards and a goatee taking on a goatee, a goatee and 2 soul patches. I can't do the maths there to work out who's got the advantage. Let me know down in the comments who you think is ahead based on the facial hair situation. Of course, you've got my beard to weigh into things as well, which does need a trim, but there's no point trimming my beard till I trim my hair, and I can't go and get my hair cut. I have been watching how to cut your own hair videos, so expect me in a video in the near future to look like an absolute moron, or just start wearing a mask or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But Quinn has picked up the ball direct from Anang, who is... Why is Anang in goal? I forgot about everything that he did. This is what happens. I'm playing this on Monday. I played the last bit Friday, Saturday, and all until this moment, saying his name out loud, I'd forgotten what happened. And now he's back in the team after I tried to sack him and it was blocked by the board. Oh, I might take him off. Should I take him off? I won't take him off. I don't see how him being on the pitch could possibly go wrong. Anang lumps it forward, and it goes straight to the opposition. But Sati wins the ball back, plays it over the top for Bond. Bond is only 3 goals away from being our all-time record goal scorer. Can't get his shot away properly this time, though, but we do have a corner. I'm tempted to push to a little bit more of an attacking instruction as well. Bradshaw taking the corner. Nice in-swinger, but doesn't beat the first man. Dootson gives it back to Bradshaw, though. He's going to have another go at it, but it just cannons straight into the fullback on that side. We are going to push more positive because we're the home team. We need to actually make our home advantage count. Let's ask for a little bit of end of the first half creativity as well. See if we can grab ourselves a goal just before half time, because that would be perfect if we could. But it seems that we can't. Going in at half time, I think we have been the better team, but we need to, let's passionately avenge what happened last time we played against Orient, and I'll give it 15 minutes, and if it's still 0-0, we're going to push to an attacking instruction. 4,300 people inside Abbey Lawn today, which I think is an attendance record, but 3,000 of them are from Orient. So they're outnumbering us. They've got more than double the fans we have at our own ground. So much for home advantage. Bond is got an opportunity here, though. Crosses, finds Bradshaw. In fact, he doesn't find Bradshaw. Bradshaw's fouled, and we have a penalty just after half-time, and it's Bond to step up and take. He's been hit and miss with his form this year, but some form now would be lovely. Bond scores, and he's now only 2 goals away from becoming our all-time record goal scorer. 24 goals so far this season, in a season that I've just said hasn't gone very well for him. That shows a level of expectation Matthew Bond established with how well he played in that first season. But importantly, we are 1-0 up. We have the advantage, and let's go and grab another one so I can calm down a little bit, because I'm on edge. Dootson plays it forward to Sati. Sati, lovely ball into Bond. Bond is in, and probably could have squared it to Quinn or Mundle, who are both up there with him. It was 4 of our longest serving players all combining for that chance, and unfortunately it didn't lead to a goal. And Orient have got a break on here, and they've got in behind our left back, and we are not doing anything about it. And Anang always knew he was good, made the save from the long range effort, because he always does. He's a very good goalkeeper. I've never doubted him. Don't know why you lot pick on him so much. Atkins in goal for them now. Let's chase him down. Let's see, force him into a mistake, and Mark Sheffel picks up the mistake, plays it to Broadbent, who looks up, plays it forward to Bradshaw. Bradshaw, who was a little bit of a fitness issue towards the end of that first half, so Sheedy might well be coming on the left wing. What a pass from Bond, finds Sati. I think he was offside anyway, but it was a lovely little pass from Bond, even though it led to Sati being offside, but Sati wasn't able to apply the finish anyway, so it didn't really matter. And now we've got Orient attacking again. Mark Sheffel heads clear, and Quinn picks up from the header and finds Bradshaw. Bradshaw, has he got the energy left to beat his man? He hasn't. He's lost the ball, and now Orient are going to come at us again. And I think we probably do need to be having a look towards the bench and maybe just dropping a little bit deeper. Go back to that balanced mentality that we started the game with, because Orient are going to start pushing at us very soon, using the power of all those soul patches they've got to come and try and grab an equaliser, and we all know how dangerous a soul patch can be. Mundle, though, intercepts, and Bond is there to chase. Bond is through on goal, and with Quinn to support, and that was awful. That was just, I don't even know what he's trying there. It was pathetic. Right, we are going to take off Bradshaw and bring on Sheedy. We also need to be keeping an eye on the rest of this midfield. Not that we have much in the way of options to bring on. In fact, we can bring Gleeson on from Mundle. Gleeson never really got the opportunity this year that I expected him to get, but now is a good opportunity to bring him on, to play in that ball-winning midfield role. We'll drop back to a balanced mentality, and it just shores things up a little bit. And a very attacking player in Mundle, replaced by a more defensive option in there. Hopefully Anang doesn't do anything dumb. He's managed to hold on to the ball there. But at 1-0 up, there's always the chance for an Anang moment. Sheedy picks it up on the left-hand side, though. Plays Quinn in. What a pass for Quinn, who is through on goal, and it's saved by their keeper. That was clear-cut chance number 5 for the game so far. Orient have had none. If we don't win this game, there is no justice in the world. Sheedy with the corner. Bond is there, and it's headed straight at their goalkeeper. I do feel like I'm about to get FM'd, and I don't say that very often, because I don't necessarily believe it's a thing. But if we don't get through to this final now, the game is just picking on me. But Sean Dootson, our club record signing, back in the team today, grabs his 4th goal of the season with a solid header from a corner from Sheedy. I don't know how we've got fans on 3 sides of this ground. Have they managed to fit 3,000 people behind the goal at the other end in the seats? Because then I really don't understand if that's what's happened. Right, we're going to take... Sati's tiring, but he's been our best player. But we have got Harmon on the bench, so it makes sense to make that change, I think, just to keep things fresh on that right-hand side. We're going to drop a little bit of praise as well. We can taste a playoff final. I still don't know where it would take place. If it is Wembley, it will be our first ever trip to Wembley as a club. But let's not expect we're there yet. Let's see out this match. Bond is in again here. Bond, once again, trying to do it on his own when Quinn's in a better position. Bond is getting more and more selfish as time goes on. We need to sit him down and have a little bit of a word with him and remind him he's got a very good strike partner. But let's have that conversation another day, because today we've made it through to the playoff final, Is it at Wembley? That's what we need to find out, because that's so exciting if it is. Is it at Wembley? We're going to Wembley. Our first ever trip to Wembley, and we're playing Morecambe. And if you remember, last day of the season, we comfortably beat Morecambe. Please, please, please. Here we go then, folks. The playoff final at Wembley. I don't know what I'm more excited about. The potential of finally making it into the Football League, or finding out how many fans Bourne have taken to Wembley when we're outnumbered in our own ground most weeks. And we have had to make one change. Dootson now picking up an injury as well. So two of our three really first choice centre-backs, Bedwell would be the other one, injured for the big game. So Taylor Jones comes in. He has played a few games this season, but he's not really been a regular for us. But he comes in to play at the back alongside Bedwell. Other than that, it is the same team that did so well against Leyton Orient in the semi-final. Leyton Orient, incidentally, have just been to Wembley yesterday for the FAT Cup final, where they played Boston, and Boston have won the FA Trophy. So a double for Boston, champions and FA Trophy winners. Wembley looks packed. I think that's probably our end. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Right, let's I don't know what to say. Go out there and carry on from where you finished off last match. Can we passionately do that? No, let's calmly do that then. That's always a good team talk, I think. So let's hopefully carry in some good form. Let's just play as well against Morecambe today as we did the last time we played them, when we beat them. Goal line clearance to get us going early on. Mark Sheffield now looking to get a counter-attack going. We have options ahead of him. He doesn't find Sati. In fact, that guy's offside by 1,000 miles. It's a lovely goal, but it doesn't count. So I'd book him there. That whistle must have already gone. We knew he was offside before he even received the ball, and he knew as well. I saw Les Ferdinand get sent off for that back in the 90s. Sati is now injured. He picked up that knock. No, he didn't. He got tired in the semi-final. Luckily, Harmon is down there on the bench, so we do have a like-for-like change to come on at right midfield. But, of course, Sati was instrumental in that first leg. He played very well. Lovely ball from Harmon, though, and Quinn is in and really should have applied a better finish. Quinn hasn't really shown up in these playoffs just yet. Bond was the more positive of the two strikers in that first leg, but even he was misfiring a little bit, as we saw from all those clear-cut chances that we got, not really leading to anything in the way of goals. We've gone to a more positive mentality. I think on that last day of the season, we were playing an attacking instruction against Morecambe, but it feels a little bit... I'm a little bit afraid to do it in a big final at Wembley. Not that there's anybody here. We might as well be playing it at our own ground. Right. What can we say that's not going to pile too much pressure on? Unlucky boys, things just haven't gone right for us so far. I think that's fair. That's motivated Romain Mundell, and we're going to go out there, and I want to see how many fans are here. So we're the home team, according to the attendance thing, so we'll have a look at that just as soon as we can get into a highlight. So there's 38,500, nearly 39,000 people here. 33,000 of them are Morecambe fans. So we brought nearly 6,000 fans to Wembley, or just over 6,000 fans, in fact. 6,010 fans, which I think that's not too bad. We now know we've got 6,000 fans, and we have a free kick on the edge of the area. Bradshaw to take. Bradshaw shoots and scores. What a goal from Matt Bradshaw. A sensational free kick at the Morecambe end as well. 32,000 Morecambe fans have just seen an absolute worldie go in. What a goal from Matt Bradshaw. We announced him as our best player when he arrived in the summer. I'm not sure he's necessarily lived up to it all season long, but that was a free kick and a half. That was ridiculous. And the game's now glitching and slowing down, and hopefully that doesn't mean a goal is coming. Glitches are always a worry. But we've won the ball back through Shaw Sainsbury. Finds Quinn, who flicks it on, looking for Bond. And Bond nips in past his defender. Matthew Bond is in. And Matthew Bond scores our second goal of the game. It's 2-0 to Bourne on 65 minutes. A 25th goal of the season for Matthew Bond. And we can taste the Football League. It tastes delicious. We just need to get the rest of the way there. Lovely stuff from Bond. Who says you can't score one-on-ones second time of asking? Who cares how we did it? Bond has scored, and we're going to drop back to our balanced mentality. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves at all here. Mundell's picked up a yellow card in midfield, so we need to keep an eye on him. And just calm down. Take deep breaths, Kev. Now's the time to drop some praise, I think, before we go and concede, because praise always fires us up. Bond's chasing down again. Well, that might have been Quinn, actually, chasing down their goalkeeper. Quinn just hasn't turned up for these playoffs at all. Maybe he's not a big game player, because he just seems to not be on the pitch. I don't even notice him. Quinn trying to chase down again there, can't do it. Bradshaw misses out, and now Morecambe have got a little bit of a break on here, and we need to get a tackle in. Broadbent does exactly that. He has been very, very good in this second half of the season. Joined us partway through the campaign and has been a very important player. And now Quinn is in, and Jacob Quinn has turned up finally. It's 3-0 on 66 minutes, and surely now Bourne Town Football Club are going to be playing in the Football League next season. It would have to be the most spectacular collapse in the history of football for us to not make it into League Two now. And my word, is this going to lead to some changes? Our ground surely isn't big enough. We need to turn professional. There's so much that's going to have to go on this summer as part of this promotion that we haven't got yet. So let's just secure the midfield again. We're going to do the same change we did in the last game. Gleeson comes on to play the ball-winning midfielder. Normally, I would go by the ratings, but I know Broadbent is the man we want for this occasion. That's a solid central midfield. And now I want to get Sheedy on, but there's not really... We'll save him. Sheedy deserves to play at Wembley, but Bradshaw's... The three players he could come on for have all scored. We've won a penalty here. Matthew Bond, if he scores this, he becomes joint leading all-time goal scorer for Bourne. Matthew Bond steps up to take the penalty, and come on. Bond scores his 54th goal for Bourne, jointly holding the record. If he completes a hat-trick in this playoff final to secure us in the Football League and become all-time goal scorer all in one go, could we be seeing our first knighthood of this series? Because Matthew Bond, goodness me, is he turning on a performance in this playoff final? And now we are going to bring Sheedy on, and I think we'll bring him on for Bradshaw. He can play on that left-hand side of midfield. He just deserves to play. He's been an important player for us this year, and might become even more important next year if we can't get Quinn back for a third year in a row on loan. We need to drop more praise. We've just absolutely smashed Morecambe in the playoff final. It's been a fantastic performance all round, and finally, Bourne are in the Football League. And look how happy we are about it. We're absolutely delighted. Oh, my word. I genuinely thought we'd bottle it again. We always do in the playoffs. Oh, I am pleased with that result. And what a transfer window it's going to have to be tomorrow. Because like I say, not only have we got the transfers, we've got all the other stuff going on as well. So we've made it into the Football League. Sarti's injured. Bedwell, we're not worried about. Bourne immediately offering me a new contract, which of course I'm immediately going to sign. So Mick Powell and Kev work together beautifully, so we'll sign that new contract. We've immediately turned professional. There's our budgets for next year. They've not changed at all, I don't think. I think that's the exact same budgets we had this year. So we're going to be the poorest team in League Two next year. So it's going to be a monumental effort to stay up. But at least we have now turned professional, which has always been something we've struggled with a little bit. Alessandro Nesta is watching Stephen Shaw Sainsbury at Wembley. I don't know what league Luton are in. Luton are in the Championship. I'm more impressed that it's Alessandro Nesta who's got his eye on Shaw Sainsbury. The bin men are here to celebrate. Everyone's arrived. My word, we're in the Football League. And we're in a positive bank balance as well. What a time to be a Bourne fan. I will see you tomorrow for a transfer special, which unfortunately won't be a live one. I know a few people have asked, but Tuesday night's the night Anna works, so I can't stream on a Tuesday night to do the transfer special, so I'll have to pre-record it earlier in the day, and I'll try and stream one in the future. I will be trying to stream more transfer specials when they fit into my schedule at the right time, but it just doesn't for this one, but it's going to be a big one anyway. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. If we don't hit 1,000 likes for reaching the Football League, I don't think we ever will again. So big thumbs ups definitely needed. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.